Many people feel as though The Rock can make a great presidential candidate for the next election, and he's always been considered as the people's champion. So be sure to watch this entire video, or he may have to lay the smackdown on you. From setting a world record for the most selfies taken to his short period of time as a Canadian football player, here are 20 facts about The Rock. But first, we'd like to give a quick shout out over here to this person who left this comment. We appreciate your insight, and we'll see you next time. Number 20. The Rock having fun. This infamous photo was taken of Dwayne The Rock Johnson at Disneyland, and he knows what the camera wants to see. How'd The Rock get those guns past Disneyland security? The Brahma Bull is taking some time off from laying the smackdown on all you fools, just for one day to enjoy some time in Disneyland. Back when the WWE was great, The Rock was certainly without a shadow of a doubt the best WWE champion there ever was. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Or does he just need some deodorant? Let's get it started. Number 19. Early life. The Rock was born on May 2nd, 1972 in Hayward, California, but moved to Pennsylvania during his teen years when his father had to relocate for work. The Rock has the genetics of a professional wrestler, and his father, Rocky Johnson, and his grandfather were all in the wrestling business. His father was a black Canadian, and his mother was Samoan. Many of his non-blood relatives have also been wrestlers at some point in time, but his father originally didn't want him to get involved with that lifestyle. He also lived in New Zealand with his mother's family at a young age, but would return to the US. He's been all over the country, going to middle school in Connecticut, and during the 10th grade, he found himself in Hawaii. Finally, his dad relocated to Pennsylvania, where he began to play football. Number 18. Raise one eyebrow. All of us can certainly raise both eyebrows, but can you raise just one without closing your eye? Dwayne The Rock Johnson certainly knows how to do this, but it's certainly not an easy thing to learn. If you can do this, consider yourself special, because most people can't. You can actually train your muscles to do this, but most of the time, our eyebrows move involuntarily from reactions. Number 17. Awkward teenager. He won the award in 2016 by People's Magazine for being the sexiest man alive, but he claims that wasn't always the case. As a teen growing up, he had bad acne, a curly half afro as he described it, and ate a lot of junk food. He posted this photo on his Instagram of him in high school with kind of a creepy mustache. What do you think? Number 16. Canadian football player. Dwayne The Rock Johnson was a highly sought-after player after winning the national championship with the Miami Hurricanes. He played as a fierce defensive tackle. Once he was injured, his chances of the NFL were kind of slim, so he decided to play for the next best thing, which was the Canadian Football League in 1995. This photo here shows him at practice, but was mainly taking the role as a backup linebacker. Only a few months later, he was cut from the team. Number 15. School not his thing? Despite The Rock only getting a .7 grade average during college his first semester, he still managed to go on and do great things. It goes to show that you can still certainly fail the first semester or two in college and still be a millionaire later on in life. He majored in criminology, and only 2 years later, he was named as an academic captain. He blames his low grades during the first semester due to his depression. But with all the money in the bank, we're sure he's smiling now. Number 14. Dunkin' Donuts offer. Dwayne The Rock Johnson is blessed with much physical greatness and the charisma to captivate a great audience. But he's also managed to stay level-headed and not let his success get to him for the most part. He turned down an offer from Dunkin' Donuts to have his own donut named after him, but he declined the offer. He thought it might tarnish his rep if he got involved with the company, and with a body like that, he doesn't eat too many donuts. Number 13. Early wrestling career. The Rock's career didn't take off until 1996 when he became an Intercontinental Champion with the name of Rocky Maivia. It was a combination of both his father's and his grandfather's ring name. He also got the nickname as the Blue Chipper during his early WWF days. He beat the wrestler known as Bret the Hitman Hart by disqualification, which would earn him a cool belt. He wasn't well liked by the fans early on either, and played more of an antagonist role. Number 12. The Rock dropped. Have you ever wondered why he goes by Dwayne Johnson now instead of The Rock? It turns out he's only allowed to use the name The Rock when he's wrestling, and he co-owns the alias with Vince McMahon. He also wanted to drop the name that made him famous in the ring now that he's working in the film industry. Number 11. The Tatau. Many were quite surprised that The Rock decided to get a massive tattoo that covered much of his left arm and upper torso. It's a Samoan tribal tattoo known as a pea, and it's full of meaning. It's a traditional tattoo that's a part of the culture and actually tells the story of both his ancestors from his mother's side and from his father's side. It took a total of 60 hours to complete, broken down into 3 sessions, 20 hours apiece. It represents great struggle, appreciating his success, and overcoming those challenges. It seems fitting for a warrior like The Rock having a tattoo for a Samoan warrior. During an interview, he didn't necessarily say he was done with the tattoo either, and may decide to add more as life goes on. Number 10. First movie role, his dad? Imagine trying to play the role as your dad during a film. It might go okay if you don't poke too many jokes about it. The Rock appeared as his father, Rocky Johnson, during that 70s show, sporting a similar mustache and an afro as his pops. Can you see the resemblance? It took place in 1999 during an episode titled That Wrestling Show. Seems like a good place for him to start acting, right? Number 9. World Record Selfie Champion. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson also set a record for the most selfies taken in 3 minutes during the premiere of his movie, San Andreas. He managed to snap a total of 105 total selfies during that time with the hordes of fans that came to see him. That brings him at a speed of 0.58 selfies per second. The record was already beat by some guy named Donnie Wahlberg, who took 122 selfies in 3 minutes. We imagine that some of those probably came out blurry. Number 8. Saved his mom's life. You might think you're a good son or daughter, but have you ever saved your mom's life? During a rough moment in his mother's life, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson said that she was walking into oncoming traffic before he grabbed her and kept her from walking into speeding cars. He was only 15 years old at the time, and his mother doesn't even recall doing it. Is he a fibber or a superhero? Who knows? Number 7. Loves fishing. Do you guys really think he's just at the gym and at movie studios all the time? Not the case. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an avid fisherman and posted this photo of a bass on his Facebook. He often posts about this hobby on social media and knows the fisherman lingo. Maybe that's where he gets all his protein from. Number 6. Natural movie star. His first big blockbuster reeled him in a whopping $5.5 million when he played a role as the Egyptian Scorpion King in 2002. Although it's unclear whether or not he actually resembled an ancient Egyptian pharaoh or not, he set another Guinness World Record for being the highest paid first-time actor, which is quite impressive. Rotten Tomatoes only gave him a 41% rating for this movie, stating that it was a pretty cheesy film. But if you were a fan of The Rock, you had to go see it. It was a moderate success that would lead to greater things in his acting career. Number 5. The Juice Confession. The former professional wrestler became famous with his charisma and his chiseled body. What a lot of people don't know is, though, The Rock has admitted to Fortune magazine about using performance-enhancing substances at the age of 19. At that time in his life, he says he really didn't understand what he was doing. It's true, he has a good workout routine and keeps getting bigger and bigger, but you have to wonder if it's on his mind still. Many people online would vouch that it would be extremely difficult for him to achieve his current physique without the juice. Number 4 was almost Willy Wonka. Could you imagine The Rock starring as Willy Wonka? A crazy candy man who enjoys bringing joy to kids doesn't really seem like a fitting role for a former professional wrestler star. In any case, he still won the role. Tim Burton had a tough choice to make when deciding if he wanted Johnny Depp or Dwayne Johnson to be the star of the film. Johnny Depp might seem to have fit the role better, but according to Tim Burton, The Rock was his second choice. Seeing The Rock laying the smackdown on some Oompa Loompas would certainly be a sight to see. Number 3. The Rock's diet. The Rock has shared some of his secrets about what he's eating. We're sure everyone would enjoy having biceps of steel like him, but part of his physique is definitely due to his diet. Some of the things he eats for protein include steak, egg whites, chicken, salmon, and of course, plenty of protein shakes. Don't skip on those veggies either. He eats plenty of broccoli, asparagus, bell peppers, baked potatoes, and rice medley. And oh yeah, plenty of juice. Orange juice, that is. Are you gonna try out The Rock's diet or what? Number 2. Cheat meals. Although The Rock is hitting the gym and eating healthy about 99% of the time, you better believe he gets in an occasional cheat meal. This photo here from his Instagram shows just that. In this case, he got 8 slices of sourdough French toast and topped it with apple pie. He then proceeded to watch Star Wars The Force Awakens. He stated on a Reddit post that his favorite cheat meal is no other than double dough pizza, pancakes, peanut butter brownies with a Diet Coke. That Diet Coke makes a huge difference. And number 1, he wanted to be a Fed. While Johnson was studying at the University of Miami, he considered a lifestyle of an FBI or CIA agent. Can you imagine this 6'4", 260-pound man chasing after you? You can probably imagine that his life would be greatly different if he ended up taking this path. His teachers eventually let him know that he would likely need a law degree in order to go that route. It seems like everything worked out though, because now he's worth about $190 million.